Hello everybody and welcome to AFR's Tier 2 race at Monza. I am Bearcam and joining me tonight is Jacob Rossa.
G'day everyone. Italy, this is going to be pretty interesting. If you haven't checked out the Tier 1 race already, go check that out because that was utter chaos coming from both of us really.
Yeah, it was a pretty full-on race, so hopefully this can provide the same kind of entertainment.
As we just wait for people to come out onto the track. I guess we're a little bit desynced as well. Anyway, while we're waiting, Ali is ahead in the points championship, 195 points. Matt is 1 point behind him on 194. Behind them is Red Panda on 158, Skins on 148, and everybody has gotten at least a couple of wins up top, so it's hard to call who is going to win still. This is going to be a tight race all the way through for the points.
Yeah.
Because we have cars leading the track now.
So I've just been informed that everything is going to be dry.
Very cool, very cool. Farmer Dingo didn't make it out first. Oh. Who's that out there? Psycho.
So Joet. So who is the absolute wild child driver?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Is that a question for us? Oh.
Yeah, that's a question for us.
Wild child driver. Wow. Putting it like that, I mean, Red Panda's kind of been the one to make the bold moves and work his way through the field a lot of the times this season, so I reckon it's got to be him, if anybody.
Yeah, you're probably right. So who is the first car on track? It's
Psycho.
Psycho, yes. So we've got a couple of drivers making their debut tonight. Oh, CK.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no, he's...
Oh, yeah. So he has a qualifying ban from last race. I totally forgot.
Yeah, so he's serving his qualifying ban. He's loaded a setup and retired from the session, so he'll start from the back of the grid as Psycho starts his flying lap.
His car's still come out on track.
Yeah, I think he may have accidentally hit... Oh, that's not good.
Nah, that's compromised him.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And that's going to compromise more people behind them. Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's pulled to the side, out of the way.
Okay. Oh,
So
that's not the
who's
ideal
next?
way
I
to
think
start.
it was Zudik's next? No, who was...
Farmer Dingo was next. I think he got out of that. Yeah, he's first now, out on the track.
So yeah, Surplus and Disinformation, yes. Making their debuts tonight. BJ Oz is back and Report as well, making a return.
Good to see Williams. And Disinformation in the Renault as well. BJ in the McLaren. So Farmer Dingo about to come through the Parabolica now. Don't think this will be representative lap time. But thankfully these guys that were held up will have another couple more shots at getting a good time as Matt gets a 120.4. Is that CRX that's just spun it out of Parabolica? Yes. He's kept it still. He has to move that, otherwise he gets disqualified. Combat rates it's a 121.3 on the mediums. At least it's a 120.9 on the soft tyre. A couple more coming across now. I think they were held up, so they'll be starting another lap.
Skins with the fastest lap, 19.8. Currently on board with Surplus, who got held up a little bit there by the Renault.
Red Panda sitting at 119.5. That's a really good lap.
That is a good lap.
Surplus. Having to wait just before the start-finish line. It's a 22.1. And it's just everybody else in the field.
As he gets out of the way for Mr. Yeet.
Trademark.
Trademark.
Big Al's just started a lap. Oh, no, that is Zurich leading by one of the Renaults in Sector 2. It's a yellow flag. We'll report for 120.6. So now for crossing the line, that's Psycho for 21.5.
Joe, it says he's now Panda's biggest fan.
Well, if anything else happens tonight, at least you've made a fan, Red Panda. And there's a bit of a train on the first chicane that looks like it solved itself.
He is trying to make a bit of a charge for that promotion, so he needs to finish top 2 in the championship for that to happen.
Top 2?
Yeah, it was top 4 last season, but because the fields are so tight now, we don't want to be flipping too many drivers around, so it'll be just the top 2 this year.
Very cool, very cool.
Top 2 of Tier 2 and bottom 2 of Tier 1.
Big L for 20.2 puts him in 3rd place currently. People starting to come out for their second runs about now. 11 minutes left to go in this session.
So CRX is going out on the mediums, which is interesting. Oh, as we have a Williams in the wall, and that is report.
At least he set a semi-decent lap time on the softs, but that's never good.
We were on board with CRX there, and we saw him go into the wall. He's left the session, so hopefully he can get back in.
Oh dear, anyway, CRX on his lap. Let's see what he can pull out on the mediums. Going into the first chicane here.
Runs a bit deep.
Decent. That was pretty clean though, otherwise. May have just lost a tick or two there, but no big deal.
Panda staying out of the way.
Coming around the curve Grande, I think that's what it's called. It's turn 3 either way. Now for the second chicane here, turns 4 and 5. It's a bit more like it gets a bit hairy off that chicane, but now for Lesmo 1. That's nice coming through Lesmo 2. It doesn't cut it as much as some people usually do, but that's fine. Into overtake now as he comes up to a scurry. Can be a pretty finicky section at times, and he cuts into turn 9 a little bit. That was pretty good otherwise. He's being really conservative on his ERA, so when did he setting it for another run? He can't be, surely.
Maybe he's just getting ready to put it into overtake for the push to the end. Don't know.
Potentially. He's got a lot of reserve ERAs, but anyway, as he comes across the line, it's a 21.8. That's good for 10th place currently.
Not bad on the mediums. Combat as well on the mediums, 21.3.
Very good. Strategy is pretty simple around here. Soft to medium does tend to work out, so that's why most people are
dropped down to BJ, and he's just lost it into the gravel.
Oh dear. What's a clear track he can rejoin safely? He's still going to set a lap, and
Let's jump on board with Red Panda now, who's currently on a lap coming into the chicane in Sector 2. Oh, he's invalidated, so there goes that lap.
Easy to cut into it too much.
Matt sets a new fastest lap.
Yeah, that's very close to Red Panda's time.
Yeah. 2 100ths in it.
Exactly.
Skins are also on a lap in the final sector, but he's invalidated as well. Ali on a lap.
Oh, we found someone. Here we go.
Hasn't invalidated.
Very easy to do around here, to be fair. Very easy. That's it. Barely coming into turn 8 now. 5 attempts up on his other time. It's got a fair bit of time to find, mind you, but This is still good progress. Going down towards parabolic, you can really break later than the game tells you to here. And that looks pretty good. Using all the zeros just as he crosses. It's 20.1, good fourth.
So, yeah, not bad there. We have Psycho who's on a lap in Sector 1 at the moment. Almost 2/10 up.
Maybe a little bit wide coming through into the chicane, but pretty good. Tidy through Gizmo 1. Yeah, this is looking decent. Let's hope that Toro Rosso here doesn't hold him up in any way.
I've always struggled with this chicane.
Oh, it's a pain.
It's very difficult to get right and very easy to lose it, so he's done well there. Kept it nice and clean.
Especially coming over the curb in turn 10, just coming out of the scurry. Very easy to unsettle the car.
Oh, Big Al's in the way! Oh, no!
Psycho getting a really good tow there from Big Al as he comes into parabolic. Has that affected him? It'd probably lose him a 10th.
I would say it has. It put him off his racing line. He improved by 2/10, but doesn't gain him any track position.
Yeah, because he had to sort of cut to the inside as well. Really compromised his entry. Yeah.
So we'll jump up with Big Al. Speak of the devil.
Hard into overtake as he comes up to the second chicane now. He's a 10th up on his overtime. Times are getting a little tighter now towards the top, so any sort of advantage you can make is going to be beneficial. It's looking very clean so far from Big Al.
So I've just been can see in the chat that his game reports game crash mid corner.
Oh dear. BJ had left as well at some point as well.
Yeah, just before, so he's back in.
And Farmer Dingle, I think I just saw as well. This game does not like us.
Big Al goes pretty deep into that last corner.
Yes. Should be a good exit anyway. Let's see what he gets here.
19.7 into third place, so not a bad lap there.
Should still have time for another run.
Well,
just under 5 minutes left.
Yeah, we've got Skins on a lap at the moment in Sector 1.
Yeah, we seem to catch him at that corner as well as he comes into the second chicane.
Takes a lot of curb on that second apex. He's
he hit
up
it
on
just
his
right.
time by 1.5 tenths, so he's going to be pushing it all lap.
See what he gets here as he comes down the straight. See how far ahead he is here in his time. So he's getting out of the way there. He's lost a little bit of time for sector 2, yeah.
He was a little bit late opening that DRS as well.
Hundreds and thousands really do add up. And the amount of time though, he's only a 10th behind, or nearly 2 tenths behind Big Al. It's Red Panda sits at 19.4.
And Skins, a 19.6, good enough for third at the moment.
Wow.
Let's jump down to his teammate. Oh no, he's in the pits.
Everybody's pitting, I think.
We've got Matt coming to the end of a lap.
He was just down on his second sector there.
Yeah, he improves, but only slightly.
It's going to be so hard to find time from here on, though.
Yeah.
And oh, I just saw a Ferrari stop that was Red Panda retiring. So Red Panda's happy with his lap. We'll can't fit another run in.
Ali started another lap.
Coming through turn 3 now. Flat out. Coming close to 335. Hard on the brakes for turn 4. Just caught a little bit of that sausage curve there, just inside turn 5. Unsettled him a tiny bit, made him go a little wide.
Oh, he's off into the gravel.
And that's a very common occurrence around here. Just getting the car a bit unsettled, coming into Lesmo 1 and then sort of getting on the power and then just going way wide. Does he have time for another run? We should do.
CRX on a lap at the moment, and he's just invalidated.
Oh,
So we'll drop down to Mr. Yeet, aka Disinformation.
His true persona revealed as he comes down towards Parabolica. Looking like this will probably improve his time. Or maybe not actually. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. It does. Barely.
22.199. Who else do we have? Big Al's just started his outlap.
Yes, everybody will be coming out for their last runs now, so nobody's either pitted or run or outlap.
Well, we'll ride around with Combat as he's on his outlap coming to the end, about to start his flying lap.
Getting some pin to those tyres there as well, just swerving there. Maybe, not sure. Important to get a really good exit of the Parabolica coming into the start of this lap.
So DRS open, a little bit slow there.
Should be coming close to 350 here.
351.
Zooming. That's pretty tidy for that first chicane. Just getting an overtake as he comes towards turn 4 now. Free team stuff. That's how good that first chicane was. 25.8's pretty decent for a second time even for tier 1. Give it a clean for Lesmo 1. I've seen what it's like to get all wrong there. This is the
Kept
Irish
it in
now.
overtake. I'm not sure. I think he's probably going to run out of ERS before the finish line.
He will if he keeps in overtake, that's for sure, but he's 5 tenths up. So we're probably going to see some of those gains go down a little bit as the session has officially finished, it looks like. Oh, he might just make it, you know. Oh, he's back.
Why did he back out?
I don't know what's happened there. That was not on purpose.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was up by a lot, so...
Anyway, next would be Saxa to cross the line. Sesso's on a net lap, so... Psycho improves 20.5. Puts him in 6th place.
I was going to ride on board with Big Al, but his gearbox was doing funny things, so on with Skins at the moment.
Saxa doesn't improve, stays 8th. Big Al gets a 19.6. Doesn't improve. It's very rough coming out of the Scary Complex. It's only a little bit up. He only needs a little bit at the same time.
Oh, he's running wide, but he keeps the foot in.
Oh,
I saw a 19 something.
he jumped up for me.
He pole.
Whoa,
He took
wow.
pole from Red Panda.
That's mad. That had to be a really good exit of the Parabolica. That's insane. Well, yep, there you go, 19.4.
So Skins with the last minute dive for pole position. Just pipping Red Panda there by 1/100th of a second, followed by Matt. Pretty much 5/100ths there. So very, very close, and just back was Big Al followed by Ali. Psycho, good improvement there, up into 6th place, followed by Combat on the mediums, so that would be why he retired. Then we have Saxa, Report, CRX is the last in the top 10. Then we had Zudix, and I ran out of time to read the rest.
They're really up too early. No big deal. So, interestingly point there, Combat Rat qualifying on the mediums, and Skins will be on the softs, so splitting their strategies.
Yeah, and he's got the bonus of being up in that top 10 as well, so he can really make this work. But, you know, as we all saw in the Tier 1 race, that turn 1, 2, 3 could be all very tricky at the start of the Monza Grand Prix.
Indeed. You're not okay. Even if you get past turn 1 fine, there's still the second chicane. You've still got to get for Ascari cleanly, Lesmo 1 and 2. Everyone's going to be packed together. You've got to keep your wits about you at all times. You're not safe after turn 1 around here. Has to be said.
Yeah.
So the strategy that the Racing Points do have can all come undone. But we'll have to see how things play out.
And I think there's a high chance of a safety car. I mean, Tier 1 had a couple of virtuals, but, you know, wouldn't be impossible to have a full safety car, so that will also come into the mix.
Indeed.
Possibly.
Green flags waving along the sides of the track as they get underway for their formation lap.
So, Combat, the only person to start this race on the medium tyre. Everybody else has opted for the soft.
That's tough because it can play out really well for you, but at the same time you could just fall back down in the field.
Well, yeah, the trickiest part's going to be getting off the line because, you know, the soft tyre is more grippy, so they do get better traction off the start. So hopefully you can get away well, not get caught up in anything.
Yeah. But these softs do fall off pretty quickly. We're going to see the top 10 runners at least, probably coming around 7 or 8 maybe. Assuming they're doing a one-stop on the mediums. 7 might be pushing it actually, but the softs fall off pretty hard and the cars get very slippy towards the end of their soft stint. And that's where the medium runner, or the medium runners, but Combat really can make up the time. And then of course they get the fresh soft tyre coming into the end of the race as well.
Yes, I believe 1:19.4 was pole. Yes, it is going to be key for Combat to stay within DRS and possibly even move forward. But, you know, 2 laps, he's got to stay in touch as the AIs now start to take control and line them all up on the grid.
Red Panda's got a mountain to climb in terms of getting up to the Red Bulls in the points championship, along with Skins and Big Al, and even Newell's in here tonight, so that's going to hurt for him in terms of points. There's a lot to play out here.
Alright, so 5 red lights. And we are racing. Oh, we have a false start from the Ferrari. Red Panda's gone early. He's jumped that start.
And Big Al.
And Big Al. They must have been held for a long time. The Williams gets pushed onto the grass there.
Free wide. That's Matt on the grass as well.
Oh, and Red Panda misses the first turn as well. It looks like he did yield some of that advantage that he gained.
Back at the pack, crawling through their first chicane.
Oh, I see carbon fibre as well. Farmer Dingo, oh no.
Not again.
He's already lost some wings, CK.
Second chicane. So you can see everybody keeps it clean, it looks like. Oh. Well, let's be said, that's relatively clean compared to Tier 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunate there for Farmer Dingo. Oh.
They've got BJ. And Farmadingo.
Oh, they've come together.
No. No, they both spun. They didn't come together, but I think Farmadingo ghosted for BJ and CRX on these one too.
Oh dear.
So as I say, it was perfectly fine. 3 drivers lose it by themselves through Lesmo 1 and 2. Wow. And then Farmadingo did have wing damage, but still. Oh. And we have Red Panda and Big Al with drive-through penalties hanging over them. They'll have to serve it within 3 laps.
So Big Al opting to go straight away, and Red Panda deciding to try and gap as much as he can on the rest of the field while he's in the position to do so out front.
Skinners is hanging on to him, and Red Panda's just gone a bit skiddy for the first chicane.
And while all this has happened, Combat is up into 4th place on those medium tyres.
And the Red Bulls got less than ideal starts. I think that helped as well. Perhaps there was more commotion that we didn't spot coming into turn 1 because I saw Matt onto the grass. And Skins has made a move on Red Panda. It's the change for the lead there, and it looks like Combat Rat is holding up a couple of people here on those medium tyres. CRX and Farmadingo are both heading for wing changes as well. I believe BJ got away with no damage.
The Ferraris come very close together. Ooh. And Red Panda almost loses it on the exit. CRX gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Oh, I just saw BJ lose it on Lesmo 2 as well. Oh dear. Full fuel load can catch some people out sometimes.
Oh, what's happened to Combat? Oh, he's let some people through, I think.
Yeah, the Red Bulls. Skins hits the fastest lap of 24.1. Red Panda comes in. DRS is now enabled as well. So Skins the race leader, Saxa behind him, 1 second. 2 seconds back to Ali, and Matt right behind him in 4th place. Combat Red 5th, Report 6th, Zudek 7th, Psycho and 8th, Surplus in the top 10 and 9th. And CK80 crawled up into 10th place from last on the grid.
And Zudik's up from 11th as well, so good start from him.
It's also partly due to 2 jump starts and a bunch of spinning around, but still good driving so far from everybody. It's very rare though, 2 false starts in the same race.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything like it before. Pretty angry train here for 8th place.
So Combat struggling to keep in touch with these Red Bulls. They're starting to pull a bit of a gap now. He's fallen out of that 1 second margin that he needs.
And of course, once everybody pits in for the medium tyres, Combat Rat's going to have clean air and we won't have DRS then either.
That's right. We've dropped down with Zudix now because he is right on the gearbox as he's gone wide on the exit of the last corner as Williams comes into pit.
I didn't check if he had wing damage there, but it's very early to pit.
Well, Zudix, luckily for him, has currently got a clean wing, so that's good news for him. Does have a tendency to get involved in contact sometimes, but he's kept it clean and he's got some clear air in front of him, so hopefully he can make some big gains.
Definitely, and I just checked report.
Oh, the Red Bulls are side by side coming into the chicane. Whew, so much going on. Ali holding that position, but Matt right behind him.
Some good tight racing. His report didn't have any wing damage, that's just part of his strategy to go into the mediums right now, so definitely looking for a 2-stop it looks like. And he picked up a 5-second as BJ picked up a 5-second as well, both for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, and report has lost connection.
It's mildly frustrating, it has to be said. Skins is struggling, I just went on board with him and he just slid for a Ascari.
Well, he does have a 2.1 second gap over Saxa at the moment.
Surplus made the move on Psycho, that's for 7th place.
Saxa's going to be under a lot of pressure now from these 2 Red Bulls.
It's 1-2 in the championship, Ali and Matt.
Ali goes the inside. It's almost as if the Ferrari let him through.
Matt backs out. There's not much you can do on that straight. Once the person behind you just has all that speed, there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, the toe with the DRS is very, very powerful around here.
So Ali into second place. Lap 5 of 27. The softs will be coming towards the end of their life.
Yeah, they won't be feeling the best, but not horrible just yet. Probably next lap they'll really start to feel it. As we see Matt getting a little bit tail happy on the exit of that corner. He goes up the inside of the Ferrari. Can he make it stick?
Yeah, he made the move pretty easily, but just kept on the inside to make sure of it. Don't think Sax is going to fight.
No! Oh, Sax is into the wall. He's lost all of his front wing, staying out of the way there.
Oh, and Psycho said CK80. CK80 has been turned around the wrong way in the Scary. It's a virtual safety car as well. Wow. Well, good timing for Sax, or at least he can lose less time here, pitting for a new wing. But he's at a bit of an awkward point to change tyres, has to be said. The mediums don't quite make it from here. And he's got the hard tyres lined up. So currently Sax is the only one that will make it to the end without another pit stop. So really just sticks under their delta time. And Skins gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corners. And we're back underway again. Ali within a second of Skins now.
So CK doesn't have any wing damage, but I'm not sure what happened.
No, I missed that as well, but the previous move I saw was Psycho and Surplus. Psycho did tap Surplus going for a Scurry, and the same thing probably happened there, but oh, that's still no good. 63 yellow flag, that's BJ. That's at the end of a Scurry.
He's lost it on the exit.
Hitting that inside curve coming out of it, so easy to unsettle the car and then just spin into a wall. Now, that's not a safety car, is it? Doesn't look like it. Very interesting. I'm sure a safety car would help a lot of people out there right now, but there it is, safety car.
Oh, and Surplus has gone past the pits. That would have been the perfect opportunity to pit.
Oh. I'll tell you what though, Red Panda's next in line to pit.
And he is coming into pit. And Saxa, drive-through for speeding under safety car. Oh.
It had to be someone, didn't it? Oh dear. Does Red Panda get Howder coming out of his box?
I think he got held a tiny bit, but I don't think it'll affect him too much.
Wow, how's this going to play for Red Panda then?
All side by side with Red Panda and of Williams, I think it is.
Yeah, report's still out of the game currently. His car's ghosted. Now, does the safety car let them by? I think it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's letting everyone through. It'll wait for the leader.
And all these front runners should dive into the pits. Combat Rat doesn't have to pit. But when CK80, not quite sure what to do there, crawls by. Green light's on, son.
Big out, 5-second penalty for collision with Psycho.
And that happened because CK80 stopped because of the safety car. Oh dear. So a bit of confusion there just led to something that really shouldn't have happened. And we have the front runners diving in. Skins, Ali and Matt all coming in, but Combat Rat doesn't have to come in and he won't. He's going to take track position from now.
Yeah, I don't... Oh, as Big Al runs off into the dirt there, he's missing some of his front wings, so he's going to have to pit.
Yeah, it's a weird time for Combat because he still has to make a pit stop.
Yeah, I think this is going to work against him. It's interesting that Skins and Ali have both put on the hard tyre. I would not have done that.
And that's something, if you didn't have that much knowledge about this race coming in, you probably wouldn't know that the mediums can go to the end from here. It'd be a bit close, but they can make it from here. So Zudix, Matt, Surplus, all in a really good spot here behind the hard runners.
Yeah, Zudix up into 4th place.
Wow.
And he's, on the freshest, faster tyre than the guys in front.
And he doesn't have to pit to the end either. He can go. Wow.
So Big Al coming into the pits for some repairs. The safety car is now with the leaders.
He's changing from the mediums to the hards. I'm not... Yeah, this is where knowledge is make or break here.
Yeah, it helps you make that right decision. Even when you do the practice, sometimes you get it wrong.
Oh yeah, the pressure's on, and for them, for sure. It's easy to make the wrong decision there. But still, the hard tyre is that much slower than the mediums, Skins and Alley are fast, but they can have a hard time on the restart here. And there's still a question mark over combat. He's going to be praying for another safety car or something, because...
And this should bring all of the drivers pretty much back into this race. I'm not sure if Big Al's going to be able to catch up. He is a fair way back.
Yes. Saxon has a driver looming over him.
He does.
So that brings Red Panda, well, he'll overtake Report, because Report's still ghosted and not in the game. So Red Panda's effectively 7th place on the restart. CK80 is going to be in a good spot as well.
Yeah.
Everybody else below them seems to be on the hard tyre, apart from Farmadingo. For Farmadingo and Big Al, it's just, can they catch up until the Miracle CRX can do it.
Well, the safety car will either come in at the end of this lap or the end of next lap.
Find out pretty soon here. So on this restart, it's important that Skins just latches on the combat and just keeps it from DRS. That's really it. Needs their pace to stay ahead of everybody else. And the safety car is coming in this lap.
So now combat effectively becomes the safety car and the pace setter. So he will probably back everybody up. He's already started to drop off the back of the safety car. So CRX is almost caught up. Doesn't look like Big Al will be able to catch up as well as Farmadingo, unfortunately.
Tell you what, there's not that much gap. He's not left that much gap and he's really going.
Yeah, he's gone too early. He's gone too early. Oh, this is going to hurt him big time. He got throttle control from the game because the safety car hadn't pitted yet. So he'd gone too early. And now Ali looking all over the gearbox for a way past.
Oh, bumps him. Does this work for or against the racing points? I don't know yet.
And Zudik's tucked up right behind as well.
Everybody else seems to have gone through the first chicane okay.
Matt must have jumped him down that straight.
Ali into second place for the second chicane, does it relatively easily. And combat rats all over Ali trying to find a way around.
And we're going to have to wait another 2 laps for DRS to become available again.
And Zerdix is caught up to Madden combat now. If they keep battling...
Matt's having a look up the inside. He cuts a lot of that curb, and so does Combat.
Zerdix saw an opportunity and just went for it, but ended up touching Matt. Does he have damage? Doesn't look like it. No, he's lost an end plate. Oh no.
Oh, you're kidding.
Well, Matt in combat were very slow going for a scurry. Zerdix thought, I have a chance here. I'm just going to send it through, see what happens, and just got shut down.
And Saxa comes in for his drive-through.
Now, Zudix may only have a yellow wing. Maybe he can stay out, but to go to the end with that wing, it's...
Yeah, it's not going to be fun. But
No.
he might have the advantage over Combat Rat at this point.
It's not necessarily the chicanes he's going to lose that much time on. It's really the mid-speed corners, the Scary, Lesmo 1 and 2, that he's really going to lose that to his competitors on.
So we'll jump up with the leaders, because Ali is right behind Skins. Both on the hard tyre.
And Red Panda's right up the fourth as well. He's right behind Matt. Two pretty close battles emerging here. Here we go, Ali on Skins as he try up the outside here. Doesn't quite have enough legs on him there. Pulls back, no DRS yet either. Interesting how the two hard runners have kind of run away a little bit here.
They have. And Matt is under pressure from Red Panda now.
Well, Red Panda got a really nice exit to the Parabolica though. So Matt jumps around a little bit. Bit of lag there. DRS is back online. Red Panda behind Matt. He's got a run, but not enough of a run, does he? Side by side, meanwhile, Ali can't make a move up on the first chicane.
Oh, they're side by side, they're touching. And CRX gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Perhaps just wait until DRS.
Oh, the Ferrari's right on the gearbox of that Red Bull.
He's out for blood. He wants it now. And he gets it. Does he hold it?
He does. Skins gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as Ali makes the move for the lead.
And Skins has 6 seconds of penalties now as well.
Penalties are Skins' worst enemy.
It seems to be what's cost him a few positions quite a lot throughout the season, actually. Yeah, that trial 27 as the 4 front runners come for Ascari. Oh, I just saw him make it a bit hairy, but he saved it.
Runs very wide on the exit there. He's out of DRS range as well. That's really going to hurt him. Especially with Combat right behind him. Like,
oh yeah, Combat's going to have a pretty annoying problem with worn mediums. You can see him losing the back a little bit coming out of Parabolica.
You can really see the advantage that Red Panda's got on these medium tyres now. He's closing up to these
Virtual
guys like you
safety
wouldn't
car.
believe. Oh, that's just saved Ali and Skins from Red Panda for the moment as CRX has crashed out.
Skins has to redress. He overtook Ali in the safety car. Or yellow flag, sorry. Unfortunate for CRX. Looks like Lesmo 1 has claimed another victim. Oh dear.
Well, as Tom Jones would say, it's not unusual.
Bit of a reprieve for Matt. Looks like he's caught right up as well. As we're back under racing once more.
And DRS is enabled once again.
So they should have it coming down this straight here. Everybody, the top 5 are all within DRS range of each other. It's like 13. There's a lot to unfold here. This is going to be juicy. And as you see it, Red Panda is in a really good spot with these mediums.
And Red Panda and Skins taking a lot of curb on that exit of the chicane.
Well, Red Panda broke a lot deeper than Skins for Parabolic, and it looks like it's paid off.
He's going to have a good run on him.
Especially going to overtake him with DRS. Skins with pretty much no DRS now as well.
Red Panda looks up the inside.
Tell you what, if Red Panda can't make it now, he's going to make it very soon.
Oh! Oh no! Skins has lost it and it's forced Red Panda wide. Oh. Disastrous for both of them. Zudix gets past.
Both their races are still going, at least no damage to either car, but oh my god, that would be frustrating for both of them.
Are we sure there's no damage on Red Panda's car? No, he's got both of his end plates.
And oh wow, And he got a 5-second penalty. I'm sure
For
that'll
gaining a place on who?
He lost 2 places, I'm pretty sure. Or 1 place, but... Oh.
Well, I'm sure that will be reviewed later on.
Anyway, on track now, Zudix in 5th place. He's capitalised off this misfortune of...
Oh no! Red Panda! He's gone into the back of Zudix and he's damaged his wing and he's spun it. He's going to have to be careful here. He's in a very bad position.
Well, he's ghosted the Psycho, luckily. Oh. He's pulled aside for report and disinformation.
I'll say it again, it's not unusual to see a Ferrari doing an unsafe re-entry there.
I think it's a bit early for that yet. Oh. Anyway, lap 15.
So, yeah, he's definitely got some front wing damage. So that's going to hurt Red Panda a lot as he comes into the pits.
Never mind the 5 seconds. You'll actually probably end up serving that in the pits now.
Zudix now right behind Skins.
Yeah, and he's retired in the pits. And, pretty understandable, but at the same time a bit disappointing. But some very unfortunate circumstances on that lap, has to be said. Very frustrating for any driver. But, anyway,
well,
lap 15,
we're just over halfway, so you know anything could have happened. So
could have scraped some points out of that, that's for sure. And he needs any points he can get.
yes, that's right.
This could be the championship pretty much slipping out of his hands right now.
Or that promotion as well.
Indeed. Well, Ali and Matt are pretty much always level picking with each other, so... Oh dear. Ali's still holding station in the lead, and Matt under a second now in DRS range. Combat red in third, he's pitting. He's got the worst camera to try and check the damage, but he has to pit because of his mediums. What's he going to pit onto if he's pitting this early? He can't do softs from here, can he?
Yeah, you can. I pitted on softs at lap 16.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think I pitted at the end of lap 16, so...
I'm sure I can keep it within the grey bits of the track, so no big deal. So a bit unfortunate for Combat Red with how the strategy worked out.
Oh no, Yeats lost connection. Currently in 9th place in DRS. And Matt has dropped out of DRS from now.
Yellow flag sector 2.
I wonder if there may be some team orders going down at Red Bull. Who knows?
Well, the two are pretty much linked together in the championships. Matt is 1 point behind Ali, first and second in the champs. So
Well, we'll drop down to Surplus because he is now within DRS range of CK80, who remember started last in this race. So P16 to 5th.
CK80. And yes, CK80's gained 11 spots, Surplus has gained 6, Zudix has gained 7. So some real beneficiaries here from all this craziness that Monza inevitably gives us. All they have to do now is just get to the end. Don't mess up. Surplus really catches up onto the braking zone there.
Also got a little bit of a train forming with Combat Rat, Report and Big Al. Oh well, Report hasn't rejoined, so technically he's missed more than 5 laps, so he will be classed as a DNF.
Saxa will be scraping a point for Ferrari at this rate. Although, actually behind him, the Renault has also not rejoined, so...
No, I think he's just joined back.
Oh, okay. Good. It's losing time though, has to be said with his AI. Saxa's getting pretty close to the AI of his port, he should get 10 pretty easily anyway. Meanwhile, Matt's just sticking within 1 second of Ali, not doing anything crazy, but I don't think he's been able to. hasn't really been close enough to try and make a move. Combat Red makes a move on Big Al for that place. Those softs are going to be lightning for him, so no wonder. And Surplus made the move for 5th as well. His combat rate sits at 122.4 as the fastest lap. So Surplus in the 5th place on debut. That's pretty good as CK80 nearly loses it.
Just holds on to it there.
So, just something I just realised. Skins is 6 seconds of penalties. Zudix will get a podium at this rate. That's pretty insane. Still 9 laps to run though. And that's getting a little bit closer to Ellie. Zudix gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I really need to stop bringing up these things. It's a bit of a Hamilton and Rosberg going on up front. His two teammates fighting for first place. It's getting really close to Ellie now. Yes, I think someone's turning down my straightas anyway. 27. I just live on the street where just all these bikes just always go by. It's not like we're in lockdown or anything, but anyway. Combat Rat's really making work with these soft tires. He's right up on the back of Psycho. This is for 7th place.
And we'll drop down with Combat. He's already sending it up the inside.
Left enough room there. It's a nice clean pass into 7th place. He's only 2.5 seconds away from CK80. It's been a good drive from Combat, has to be said.
Are you able to check if Mr. Yeet is still ghosted?
No, he is not ghosted.
Yeah, okay. I just had to message him on Steam and explain how to take control of your car, being very new to the game. So unfortunately he's lost a lot of time, but with report being a DNF, he's now technically 11th. And you know, if Red Panda had pit and put on some softs, he'd be just behind, he'd be in the points.
With Combat at least, yeah.
So disappointing that he's retired there. What else do we have? We have Combat, and CK. They're all close together. We've got the battle at the front. Big Al on Psycho as well. Oh, he might be going for it. Big Al goes to the inside, which will turn to the outside. But he's got that place sorted before the corner.
No real fight there, but Big Al takes that place. And he is up there in the championship, so also looking to scrape a couple of points here. Skins is really pulling out a gap on Zerdix. Turns out his penalties may not play in to his finishing position here at this rate. His Combat makes a move on CK80. Oh nope, they're still fighting. CK gets a good bit of exit there coming out of Ascari. I'm sure Combat will have something to say coming into the first chicane of the next lap. Indeed, he's already done the move just coming out of Parabolica. And it's 6th place for Combat, right? 7th. Oh, he's only a 2nd behind Surplus. Very good debut, has to be said, up in 5th place.
Yeah. And I think Zudix is on track for a career best.
Let me just check those pistons. Yes, his best finish was 6th in Baku, so
And
definitely better.
I think Skins has 6 seconds of penalties. So
Yes, he does, but he's pulling a gap.
well, no, it's floating around that 6-second mark. So who knows? As Matt
Oh,
Ali lets Matt through, so I believe Ali will have DRS.
this is all
No,
games here.
yes he will. So he'll be trying to save DRS for the run to the end, and he'll be trying to make his, well, I would assume. Oh no, he's putting it up into overtake.
Well, those mediums are going to fall off at some point. Those hards will still be good. So
Well, he also can't afford to let Matt get away on those mediums because he hasn't really had clean air because Ali's been in front.
it's true.
Oh, Big Al. Drop down. Side by side with CK. I think he's got that place done.
Nice and easy as he plays into 7th place. Combat Rat's already made that move on surplus for 5th place.
Yeah. And pulled a 1.5 second gap.
Slow down, mate. Far out. Oh dear. So,
But I mean, I did the same strategy, and the softs do feel really good at the end of the race.
I'd imagine there's the less fuel as well in the cars. It'll be
Yeah.
more beneficial to have the soft tires towards the end for sure. Everybody's pulled out a bit of a gap towards each other. It's really only first place battle that's happening right now. As I say, that Big L's already come to DRS with the surplus, but
So it does look like, yeah, Skins is now starting to pull away from Zudix. So we might be hitting that crossover phase where the mediums won't be as quick as the hards.
he's had a bit of an exile last lap. Zurich nearly lost it coming through Lesmo 1. Nearly did the same thing as we've seen a couple of drivers do today. Kept it on the track though.
Big Al right behind Surplus.
Oh, he should have this easy. Say, these hard tyres are not as bad as I thought they would be, because these mediums falling off is really playing to the hands of these hard runners.
Well, I think the early safety car kind of contributed to that.
It's a Haas going very slow.
Skins with another penalty. Oh,
He's got 9 seconds now.
and it's 8.8 seconds gap left. 23 of 27.
Ali on Matt, coming into a scurry. Does he make the move? He does. But he goes way too
Oh, he's
deep.
gone off into the gravel. Oh, and that's going to hurt. Oh, no, he's spun it as well. Ooh.
He's got a 13 second gap back to Skins. He should be able to rejoin in time, and Skins doesn't have penalties. But, oh no, that's the...
That is very, very unfortunate. And he's going to be slow all the way down this straight.
So he kept it sensible as well, because he knew, okay, I've gone too deep, I'm just going to stay off track. As he rejoined, because the curb's so steep coming back on, the car just got unsettled because of that. Rejoined onto the track and he just lost it.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Oh dear. Bit of a horror race for Farmer Dingo today. Oh dear.
He might be going
Sticking with
for fastest lap, maybe. Oh no, he puts on the hards.
Probably doesn't. He might not have a set of softs actually.
Yeah. So Ali there, now 11 seconds off the lead.
That's rough. I'll just check if there's any pins in the playing here.
Oh, Zudik's so close, 9.6 seconds to gap. Combat closing in, set 1.7 seconds, but he's done 8 laps on those softs, so they're not going to be feeling too crash hot at the moment. And we have Psycho and CK80 in a bit of a battle here.
Yeah,
Closest
Psycho's
battle
had a
on
good
track.
run. Don't think he can do anything here though. He backs off. Yes, Matt doesn't have any penalties hanging over him, so... It's like 24 or 27, he's got a pretty clear run to the end. Also worth pointing out, CK80 still on a oh, this big guy gets a 3-second time penalty. CK80 still on for his best finish. His best finish has been 9th, which he's gone multiple times. Zudik's still sitting in 4th, but Combat Red's still actually catching up a little bit. We have DRS to slack on Zudix, doesn't look like it.
Oh no, they've come together! The Alfa Romeo's hit the back of CK80. Oh.
And they're both wide on Parabolica.
Oh no. I don't think CK80's got any front wing damage, but... Oh, he's forcing him into the pit lane! Oh no, so CK losing a place there to Saxer, I believe. Dropping him down into 9th.
And Psycho serving a penalty in there as well because he was held for 5 seconds. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That really has gotta hurt.
And that's put Mr. Yeet up into the points.
Fulton not counting. Wow.
Oh, Combat Rat now has caught Zudix. He's having a look. Oh, Jesus! Oof. Oof.
Some of the drivers getting a little unhinged here towards the end of the race.
Oh, man. I was very nervous then. Oh, come on. Whew. Keep it clean, boys. Keep it clean. We're about to start the last lap. Can Zudix retaliate? He doesn't have a lot of ERS left. He does have DRS.
They're the same as Combat Rat. But those softs aren't going to be good, has to be said.
Oh, so they're on lap 26 now, so...
2 laps still, yep. Matt's mediums aren't going to feel that good either, but he can just tiptoe it, it's no big deal. Now, if Combat Rat's got any pace left in those tyres, he may be able to catch skins on penalties here. I don't think he has it. Remember, Skins has 9 seconds of penalties hovering over him. And Big Al is right on Zerdix right now for 5th place. The 2 Toro Rosso's in a pretty good spot in the top 10. I'll tell you what, the top 6 drivers are the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The team's there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit all too familiar, if I'm honest.
So you find Real was a bit topsy-turvy, I'm sure that's what it would look like, yeah. Well, these are a satisfying image for the day, though. There we go.
And Zudix has got a damaged front wing as well, so he's carrying on and doing a top-notch job.
Oh, he carried on with that damaged wing? Oh, wow. Okay. I forgot about that.
Get in his slipstream, what are you doing? Come on!
He may feel he doesn't have the pace to beat the Big L.
So, I'm not sure if Combat Rat... Oh, yeah, that's very messy. But I'm not sure if Combat Rat has any penalties, but he is right on the margin of that 9 seconds that Skins has. So, he may jump him.
Don't think he does.
But Matt now coming into the final corner. He was on the back foot for a lot of it, but kept his nerve to finish in top spot. Celebrating as he crosses the line. 13.5 seconds ahead of Ali, who unfortunately had that spin coming out of the Ascari chicane.
Combat's
really
close that 9
cost him.
second gap.
So, as well, Red Bull 1-2. Skins crossing the line, but will Combat his teammate jump him. He's 8.6 seconds behind.
He should do it here, and he
does. And Big Al crosses the line.
Good finish from what happened at the start. Yeah.
And Zudix crosses the line in 6th place. So, still a good haul of points. It may be his best result so far. So, well done to Zudix. And Surplus as well on debut. 7th place. Saxer, unfortunately, had a bit of a disastrous race, but good recovery to get back into 8th. CK as well. Oh, looking so pretty for so long. Finishing in 9th again.
just fell back towards the end. And Psycho scrapes a point, it looks like.
Yeah, well, Report didn't return, so he will be classified as the DNF, which means Psycho will get his point. Is that Psycho's first points? I believe it is.
I can just double check that really quickly. No, he's grabbed a few beforehand, but still a good finish.
Yep. Well, they all count and they all help towards car selection for next season.
And Matt retains the points championship, taking it from Ellie, taking the lead.
He does indeed. So the Red Bull boys adding more points and extending their lead in the championship in the constructors. Very powerful duo, these two, in Tier 2. So, Matt taking out the win, followed by Ali and Combat getting the final podium position. So his alternate strategy working out well for him in the end. Skins missing out there due to penalties. Then we have Big Al, who also had penalties, and Zudix had penalties as well. So who knows what could have been for Zudix. Surplus in 7th, Saxa 8th, CK 80 9th, and Psycho 10th. Then we have Report, who was the DNF, and then everybody else. Well, that's all for tonight. We will be back on Friday with our 2010 series. We will be racing at Russia, so that should be fun. And then obviously on the Sunday we will be racing at Singapore, so make sure you tune in for that. If you've enjoyed the content, please hit that follow button. If you're feeling extra lucky, hit that subscribe button. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Bandcamp and Jacob Meister with me tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.